Hello everyone, this is Josh again with SC2 Strategies, and we're going to be looking at a game between vOidwards in the bottom left playing as the red Protoss versus HarryDG in the top right playing as the blue Zerg. Alright, so let's get this game going. This is my first commentary, and I've done a few videos like you've probably seen on my channel already, but this is my first commentary based on a full game. I've seen some commentaries on SC2GG Rise's channel with vOidwards and a couple with HarryDG as well, and I know they are both fairly good players, so I think this is going to be an interesting game. Here we see both of them going for pretty easy builds. They're just doing their intro builds right now, gathering minerals. We see the Protoss player go up to build a pylon near his ramp, quickly close off, knowing he's playing Zerg. He's probably waiting for the Zergling rush. Here we see an Overlord scouting across the map. Other than that, not too much going on. Like I said, SC2GG Rises. He is my favorite commentator, and he's the reason I'm actually doing this commentary right now. And ooh, I realized quite fast, like him, that it wasn't in faster. Jeez. I wish they would just set it to faster automatically, but I guess Blizzard hasn't gotten their senses yet and realized that faster is what everyone's looking for. Here we go. We see the first drone move out across the map, and he's gonna go scout the Protoss player's base. Right now, we see nothing too much. We see the first gateway goes up at the Protoss player's ramp, and we see the spawning pool up start almost right at the same time. Two overlords making their way across the map now, scouting. And we see the first drone entering the Protoss player's base. He's going to see that gateway going up. He's not going to know how complete it is. He's not knowing if his spawning pool is going to beat it or not. And we see he sees his assimilator go up. And so the Protoss player is going to start mining gas. Other than that, the drone leaves the base and is finished scouting. I think he's seen all he needs to see. Here we see another drone moving out. Right now, let's see, resource R. Alright, let's get used to these tabs. We see the Zerg player. Oh, yeah, he's going to start an expansion. This quick expansion for the Zerg player might make the difference in the game. The income that both players are going to get, the Zerg players is going to double due to this, and he's already got about 100 more minerals than, or he's getting 100 more minerals than the Protoss player is currently. And here we see a drone just going in and out, just chickening on the opponent's ramp, and he makes it into the base before the Protoss player can get his pylon up. Here we see an Overlord moving into the Protoss player's expansion, his natural expansion. There's no buildings there yet, so the Zerg player at this point knows he has the upper hand. Oh, here the Protoss player walks in, but I don't think he notices the Zerg expansion as of right now. He walks right up the ramp, he sees the spawning pool, he moves in, and we see here that the Zerg player is creating a queen. Right now, the income of the Zerg player is still much higher than that of the Protoss player. Unit-wise, we don't see much. We see that the Protoss player has 4 more gatherers, and the Zerg player is the first to get army units at. And here we see, the Protoss player is building sentries. Let's move over to the production tab, and we see a sentry in production. And this is going to be very helpful. Those force fields are great against the Zergs, especially for the Protoss players, especially when they're using mass Zerglings. And here we're going to see some Zerglings come out. And let's see here. The Queen is doing some work in the Zergling base. He's using their spawn larva capability to get those Zerg out way faster. And here we see the expansion of the Zerg player going up. He's not using it yet to gather minerals. Are we going to see it? Yeah, we're going to see the first drone here, and it's probably going to start gathering minerals. Here we see a couple Zerg moving across the map. They're not going to be able to do much against this Protoss defense, especially with the 2 pylons guarding either side of the gateway. We see the 2 Zerglings move over into the natural expansion, and they are pretty much just parked there just to stop the Protoss player from expanding too much. We see here that the Zerg player started mining in his natural expansion, and so far nothing else is going on. Oh, we see a Stargate going up for the Protoss player. next to his cybernetics core. Oh no, Stargate's down here. Also a robotics facility going up, and this will allow the allow the Protoss player, to build observers and immortals. So that is great help, especially if the Zerg player moves on to roaches, which is a very common tactic for the Zerg at this point in the beta. The roaches are very strong, and with the burrow capabilities, they can regen very fast. Very effective assault unit for the Zerg race. Here we see some Zerglings just scouting around. One's attacking the destructible rocks in the back, but that would take forever to do. Oh, here we see Ace in the Sentry take out the Zergling in the Protoss's natural expansion, and another Zergling comes up to just guard the choke into the natural expansion. As we see here, the ramp is much narrower choke. Can't talk today. Than the natural expansion is. And let's see here. We see another Overlord moving across the map. One there. The air units can't activate the Zelnaga watchtowers, as most of you probably already know. Although it is a very good vantage point to scout the rest of the map, and he can see this part of the map, which would help if the Protoss player is sending an army across the map. Here, the Protoss player notices he leaves his destructible rocks into the back end of his base unattended, and quickly builds a pylon there to keep watch on them. At this point, the Zerg player has map control and is not very concerned about his destructible rocks right here. Marching a Zergling in just to gauge what the opponent's defenses are at this point. He notices he was attacked by an Immortal, a couple sentries, 2 Zealots in the back corner here. The first Protoss observer moving across the map. He's going to see some Overlords in the middle of the map. Here we see Metabolic Boost. It must have been already done. Oh, we see a Baneling Nest going up. Pneumatized Carapace. I have no idea what that does, but I will find out right away. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. It doesn't even tell me. That blows. Well, it's gone now. I'll let you guys know in the info tab on the right hand side of the screen, because I have no clue. Or I will just put up a little note telling you guys what it does if you don't already know. Here we see 2 queens now for the Zergling player, and they're starting to attack Mutalisks as we see the Spire goes up in the back corner of the Zergling base. Also, the Baneling Nest is about to be completed at this point. Sorry, a little too far. There it is, right there. So right now, we see Phoenixes going across the map, attacking an Overlord that was scouting. This is going to be detrimental for the Protoss player to get those scouting Overlords, as it will limit the command for the Zerg player. Right now, he's fairly close to his limit. Here we see a couple Mutalisks coming out to attack the Phoenixes, but those 4 Phoenixes are going to be able to take out the Mutalisks fairly easy. They're just an anti-air unit with the ability called Graviton Beam to lift units up in the air. So here we see they're attacking the Mutalisks still. They're going to push into the base and kill these Mutalisks. Sorry, my screen's running around. There's a Spore Crawler in this base and also in the main. So that's going to be good for the Zerg player, just for defense. Oh, Graviton Beam goes up, pulls up the Queen. Is he going to be able to do enough damage to this Queen before these Phoenixes are destroyed? No, he is not. They are getting taken out by a Spore Crawler in the back, plus Mutalisks being built in his base right now. And this is going to be a great comeback for the Zerg player. He should be able to regain map control. All the Protoss player has at this point is air units and very few ground units to hold his base. Here he destroys one of his pylons. He's reaching his command limit. He's almost there. So he's going to need to build pylons soon. He's a very weak army right here. And here we see the Zerglings move out across the map. The Phoenix is probably scouted, but he's still unable to do much. He sends all his units into, this Protoss player, sends all his army units into the to guard the natural expansion, which he's going up, as he now knows that the Zerg player has a fairly large expansion going up originally. And in the bottom corner in the high yield, we see that the Zerg player is also expanding there as well.